Well, let's expand this a little bit further. Isaac Mohammed, the founder and executive director of the Legacy Center for Peace and Transparency based in Minneapolis, Minnesota in the U.S., is now joining us for more discussion on this topic. Isaac, thank you for joining us on the program. The Taliban has indicated that they will not back any activities that will destabilize other countries. Are countries like Somalia now at risk of being impacted by the Taliban's rise to power?
Thanks for having me on. Somalia and Afghanistan have a lot of similarities, be that states plagued by division of ethnic violence, extremism, prolonged external intervention, and Islamic groups. Uh, no doubt this could galvanize and motivate Al-Shabaab and ISIS in Somalia. Whether Taliban is making true to that statement needs to be seen, but I have no doubt, given the situation, the way Somalia is parallel to Afghanistan and the presence of these groups in the country and the weakness of the current government, uh, Al-Shabaab and ISIS will try to draw similar and motivate themselves, be that in terms of recruitment or mobilization of resources and support. They will try. Is that going to happen? That's another discussion.
Well, Nigeria's President Buhari has warned that events which have taken place in Afghanistan will make Africa the new front line in the fight against terrorism. How likely is this to happen?
Well, the threat is there. If you look in Africa, there are many groups that are currently working in the continent. In Nigeria, as you rightly stated, in Mali, in Mozambique, and obviously in Somalia, the organizations, extremely organizations are there. Uh, they, they will use this as a recruitment element and motivate themselves. Can African countries learn a lesson from this and try to prevent uh, similarities to happen in any of these nations? That will depend on how they can learn from what happened in Afghanistan and try to apply so it does not happen. What will also factor is the international community. Did we learn a lesson from Afghanistan? And if we did, how are we going to apply that, be that in Somalia or Mali or Nigeria or any other country, so these terror groups do not motivate themselves, get lifelines so they can overrun these weak nations. Nigeria is a very strong nation. It has a military that can protect that country and also support
Right.
other countries. But Mali and Somalia are two very fragile states, and they have these large Islamic extremist groups present in those two nations. So that scares a lot.
So how do you think, though, how are African governments going to deal with an Afghan government led by the Taliban?
I think a lot will depend on Taliban's approach. Are they going to be they as they were back then when they had the control of the country, Islamic terror group, or are they going to become a governing system? What kind of government are they going to mobilize? Is it broadly participated government that all Afghans can see themselves in that government? Are they willing to conduct themselves in a way that which supports institutional governance system that wants to engage other nations peacefully and conduct themselves in that manner? If they do that, I think not only African nations, but also Western and their neighbors will be willing to work with them, given the situation, current situation in Afghanistan. They are the de facto government. So they have an opportunity to prove themselves. They have an opportunity to earn recognition. But a lot will depend on how they conduct themselves.